Now, but first of all, the royals. Meghan Markle has opened up about experienced suicidal thoughts on US television. The first time she has spoken about this issue since that bombshell Oprah Winfrey interview almost 3 years ago now.
There's a through line, I think, and when you've been through any level of pain or trauma, I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to be really open about it. And I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience, but I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans, and I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone, or asks or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good so everything's okay, then that's worth it. I'll take a hit for that.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have launched a campaign to tackle online safety alongside parents who have tragically lost children to suicide. Joining us now is GBNews royal correspondent Cameron Walker to explain exactly what this is all about. Cameron, hi. We have heard Meghan and Harry talk about their mental health issues before in the past. So tell us more about this site they're launching.
Yes, it's a very serious topic, a very ambitious site that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have launched this weekend. It's called the Parents Network, and it's set up in collaboration with 6 or 7 groups of parents who have lost, tragically, a child to suicide linked to their social media use. So it's connecting and offering help to parents who've lost a child, and that can be anything from cyberbullying, depression and anxiety, sexual exploitation, eating disorders and other traumas. And sadly, there are too many examples across the world, and Meghan and Harry have decided to tackle this very important topic, but also very difficult topic to cover. Now, Meghan's critics, we heard from that clip there, she was talking about her own experience of suicidal thoughts when she was a working member of the royal family. Her critics will say, why on earth is she making it all about herself? To be fair to Meghan, when the journalist Jane Pooley asks her, Jane Pooley specifically asked her about her suicidal thoughts when she was a working member of the royal family, she wasn't expecting it. She did give, to be fair, quite an eloquent answer, and Prince Harry then talks about the fact that all parents across the world need to be first responders when they're talking about helping their children overcome mental health problems related to social media use. There's lots of help and resources on the Archwell website. It's open to families in the UK, US and Canada who are going through this kind of issue. But as I said, it's very ambitious, and I think it's going to be a while before we see if any of the words we've heard from Duke and Duchess of Sussex in this interview have any substance or any tangible impact going forward.
Brilliant. That's our royal correspondent Cameron Walker bringing us up to date on Meghan and Harry's latest venture onto mental health. Thank you very much. I'm joined now by the editor-at-large of the Mail on Sunday, Charlotte Griffiths, to talk about the same subject. Charlotte, thank you very much. Lovely to see you. Charlotte, I mean, the idea of these two launching a parenting website when neither of them actually talk to their own dads is the irony is not lost on me. What do you make of what you've heard from them in this TV interview?
Well, they have come under a lot of slack because today in the Daily Mail, for example, they asked the question, well, what about her dad? Is there some sort of group that her dad can go to? Because he's not very well, he's getting on in age, and he has very, vocally expressed fears that he may never meet his grandchildren. So I suppose, I mean, I don't think the two things are directly linked, obviously, but I see what you're saying there, because they're obviously very kind and charitable people, but charity starts at home sometimes, and they don't seem to extend that to their own parents in some cases, and their own family.
Do you think that will detract from what they're doing, or are they more, this is mainly a US-based project, are Americans more sympathetic to Harry and Meghan still?
I think so. I think the cause is genuinely incredibly important. It's, online harm is a really serious thing. It's really hard to knock their noble aims. And they are, of course, parents. So, I'm a parent of 3 children. I worry about this kind of thing a lot. So I think in America, I think here as well, they will have more of a sympathetic audience on this one. And Meghan has very cleverly laid the groundwork for a being believed when she speaks about these kind of things. She has said, it really affects her when she's not believed. And I think over on this side of the pond, there's a lot more criticism. People tend to sort of not believe her word salad, and they're a bit more skeptical about the way she speaks about things. So she was quite kind of quick to guard against that. Whereas I think in America, they're much more responsive to that touchy-feely language word salad that they do. And it just goes down better over there.
I think the other thing that might detract from this, Charlotte, is the fact that Harry has said recently he is too frightened to bring Meghan over to the UK for fears over their safety. But they are going on a trip to Colombia, one of the countries the government of America and the UK advise you not to travel to because of the crime rate. And a lot of people are going, well, hold on a minute, how can Colombia be safer than Windsor?
I think that is a bit hypocritical, because, of course, if they're staying at Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, any of these places where they have been offered rooms before, they'll be completely and utterly safe. And if they were desperate to see, Charles, and for the kids to see Charles, I think they would make it work. They can make Colombia work. They can make this work. So I do think there is some hypocrisy there. Of course there is.
Yeah, and then the reason they're going is to talk about mental health as well. Is a similar thing, isn't it? So. Great. Charlotte Griffiths, Charlotte Griffiths, editor-at-large on the Mail on Sunday. Thank you very much for joining us. We are running out of time, unfortunately. Now, if you have been affected by any of the talking points today, Samaritans are there day or night, 365 days a year. You can call them for free on 116-123. Email them at joe@samaritans.org or visit samaritans.org to find your nearest branch.